Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And I played the expansion to God of War Ragnarok. It's Valhalla. Not to be confused with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah, that's all I got. It was a great... No.
It was free.
It was free. Podcast over. Go play it now.
Go play it. It was free. It's worth it.
If you have it, go play it. Actually, it was a really good game. I was very pleasantly surprised. We'll dive into the synopsis. We'll dive into a little bit of the gameplay and the style. But it's more God of War, guys, so you're not going to be getting too... This is not going to be the lengthiest of podcasts unless we go on a rambling rant about Alan Wake.
No, I honestly did not look at anything else you wrote. I just pulled the reviews. So this is all a surprise for me.
Perfect. Well, I will start with our synopsis. We'll go into the reviews and we'll kind of cut into this. Kratos and Mimir get a letter from an unknown person inviting them to the gates of Valhalla. Kratos, seeking answers to his troubled past and needing advice on a role offered to him by Freya, sets off to challenge Valhalla to find these answers. Will Kratos come to find himself and the answers he seeks? Who knows? Gotta play it to find out. Or we'll just tell you here if you want spoilers.
Yeah, he also forces himself into Valhalla, and then all the Valkyries are like, what the crap is wrong with you?
We would have just opened the door for you had you waited a little bit.
Yeah, no, he's impatient.
Yeah, he is a very impatient man. God of War Valhalla came out on December 12th, 2023 as a free DLC for the PS5. And my comment this week was Helios shines best here.
Thank you.
Let's get some reviews.
So, Metacritic, 88 from critics, 8.7 from users.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was about the same. I know. We both just kind of like looked at each other.
My game was like, okay.
So, Polygon Positive. Valhalla acts as both an epilogue for Ragnarok and a subtle prologue for the events that will unfold in the inevitable third game. But it doesn't feel tacked on. Instead, it provides an atypical breather from overarching narrative responsibilities and dense areas to comb. As AAA games continue to pursue grandiose scale, this simpler yet equally rich structure stands on its own. I hope more studios take notice of the importance of allowing smaller stories to blossom.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just thought that was very, succinct.
Very eloquent way of saying that whole thing.
I think that was also the same place. It was either Polygon or The Verge that called it God of War therapy.
God of War therapy.
It's what it is.
It's not a loop.
It's a spiral.
It's a spiral.
Truly, it is a spiral.
Yes.
Alan Wake was onto something.
It wasn't a lake. It was an ocean.
We have serious problems in this household.
Yes, it's true.
So I also have a problem in that I couldn't find any negative reviews of it.
Really?
Yeah, everything was just like, it's free, it's more God of War. Yeah, that's it. So the negative I could get was from The Verge.
Okay, thanks, The Verge.
And it says, however, sometimes Valhalla uses the roguelike structure to gate your progress, which can make narrative sense, but occasionally feels a little forced. Feels like a forced limit to give you something to strive for in another run. I'm fine with the game's justification as to why you need to fight the end boss more than once, as each completion moves Kratos further on his path towards healing and understanding. But some of the smaller stories you hear throughout, especially those from the Valkyries who wait outside the gates of Valhalla, are very obviously broken up into chunks so that you have things to listen to over the course of the game.
Yeah,
that's also fair.
Kind of how it is, though.
Yeah.
It felt like a AAA indie game. I don't know how else to describe it. It felt like I was playing a AAA indie game. It's very much a roguelike, like they said. You complete these cycles through Valhalla, and you go through the different realms, which are pulled from Kratos' memory of them.
Yes.
And you fight enemies that you fought along the way. They add mid-stage bosses, and spoilers, the final boss is Tyr, and every time you face him, he's a little bit more challenging, and he's trying to draw out your thoughts and get you ready to walk through the door and face what's through the door.
Yeah, the real Tyr, not Odin.
Yes, it's actually Tyr this time.
It is actually Tyr this
time.
Odin
is still dead.
Spoilers for God of War Ragnarok.
And I put this in here, so just as a caveat for the gameplay, it's God of War. If you haven't played God of War 2018 or Ragnarok, it's a third-person game. You get different weapons. In this instance, though, you can just, if you have the game, you can jump right to Valhalla, but it'll warn you, hey, there's a lot of spoilers if you go and do this. It also, what it does is it unlocks all the weapons and all their abilities, but you are fully leveled down. You don't have any of your health up, you don't have any of your rage up, and all your stats are at their base level. And each run you get new, I don't know, were they mastery seals or whatever they were to level those things up. So when you go into the run, you're a little bit stronger.
Yes, a lot of the places, actually, I think every review I read basically equated it to Hades as well, where you get like power-ups to make things a little bit better in like every room you complete, quote unquote. No one can see my air quotes.
Yes, yeah. So you get power-ups for the rooms to get more choices, because every run you get random abilities for your weapons, which in the regular game you earn them and you can just use them.
Yes.
In this instance, you pick and choose at random. So when you open a chest, you'll get a choice of 2, and I think later on you can get 3 choices. And you can even increase the odds of them being better. You can pay into that, but also you can pay to up your strength or your defense or your health or your rage, which is kind of what I did at first. I did those.
Yes.
And then I unlocked the things that let me unlock more of the resources. So every time I went through, I'd get more so I could level up more things. Mm-hmm. Which seemed logical to me, but maybe people have a better way of doing it. Mind you, I only played it on the second highest difficulty because I'm okay at these games, but I'm not...
Second lowest, you mean?
Second lowest,
yes.
Not second highest, second lowest. I'm not great at these games, so I play... But I really actually enjoyed everything they did.
Yeah, when they announced the free DLC... honestly, I think we talked about this in at the tail end of a random podcast as well, where I said something about the God of War DLC, and you were like, "Yeah, it's just a gauntlet." And then, like the following podcast, you were like, "Actually, I think we need to play that. I've heard it adds a lot of lore, and it adds so much lore." And honestly, I don't know anything about the original God of War games, which we've probably discussed in the podcast about. Mm-hmm. Yes. And this was phenomenal because it gives you like the highlights of his past that he has to come to terms with, because he's not a great dude. Spoiler alert.
He's not a good dude, but he was dealing with not good dudes. So it was kind of like he was exactly who they were.
Yes.
In those times, and he had to face up to his past and live up to it and understand that you can change who you are despite your
past.
Despite your past, and that's kind of what it was saying.
Yeah, the big thing, spoiler alert, I guess, is that Freya wants him to basically sit on a council as the God of War.
She wants him to be God of War of the new Nine Realms. Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I've already held that title. Please go away."
Yes. And so basically it would make him a god of Asgard, essentially. Mm-hmm. I'm not certain how that works and how they can bestow that thing or whatever, but it would make him... They wanted him as a enforcer of the rules, and rather than actually creating war.
Yes.
They wanted him to be more of the God of War, to enforce the rules between the realms.
Yes, and the big thing is that like he helped save this world, not destroy it, so people see him in a more positive light than in his prior life.
And so they see him as somebody who, as an arbiter, like that would... His opinion is valid no matter what, but he's been thinking on it. They gave more of a hint to Freya and his relationship, because they basically say there was a note nailed to our home.
Oh, I missed that.
Yes,
you just made the comment of like they need to make out already, and there was one point towards the beginning where Mimir says something about his relationship with Freya, and I should have looked it up because the word he uses
is I value Freya or something.
Like I respect her, but he's just like in his deep voice is like I respect her. It's just like, dude, you got a crush. Come on, man.
Yeah, or I value Freya, or whatever he said.
I think it might have been value.
So you interact with her. Every time you loop out, there's Valkyries, there's conversation. And yeah, they broke it up so you play through again to get more of the story from them. But that's what an indie game would do, too. It's like they were testing to see what they could do. They gave it to you for free.
Yeah, I liked your heading. This was free?
Yeah. This game was entirely free. We can jump around through here at this point.
That's fine. How long is Valhalla DLC? Because it did not take us that long. 6 hours.
No, but the amount of content that's here, you'd pay $20 for this game. I said 20 to 40, but it's technically infinite play if you want to.
It is, yeah. And a lot of the reviews said, like, it couldn't go full roguelike just because there's not enough. Like, you have 3 weapons, and that's it. There's not, like...
100 weapons.
What, did you have, like, 7 different ones in Hades?
Yes.
6 or 7?
And that's in Hades. And, like, some games, Castlevania, there's hundreds of different ones. Hollow Knight technically is a roguelike. That's more of a Metroidvania. Yeah. Not that. So I would say that it did justice for what it was.
For sure.
And for giving it for free when people would have probably paid $20 for it just fine.
I would have happily, if it was $15, I would have said, yeah, go download it. $20, I would have been like, okay. Like, hesitated a little bit longer. Anything more than that, and kind of like, no.
Yeah, but it's infinite play. So people who want to speed run after they do a lot can do so. People who want to work on XYZ and getting through it, no hit runs, that'll exist. Oh no,
our headphones fell out. It's still recording. We just can't hear ourselves. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Hold on.
La 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 la. Wake.
Thank you, Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
There we go.
All right, we're back in. Sorry, that's
Hello.
my bad, everybody. That may be in there, that may not. But so there was some difficulty spikes in there. The last tier battle was really hard.
I was just about to talk about the last tier battle. Like,
I did well. I beat it, but I died twice.
Yes, you had one of your upgrades. One of the upgrades you could keep, like the permanent upgrades, was start each run with 2 resurrection stones. It starts with 1, and then you upgraded it to 2, and you needed both of those. And I think you were 2 hits away from dying. And you did defeat Tyr.
It was very close.
It was very close. Both of us were like on the edge of our seat on the couch. Like,
Yes.
oh no, I don't want to do this again.
Yes. So we beat it. It was very well done. It's not something that I feel like I would enjoy keep playing through. But people who haven't played the earlier games and want more of Kratos' story and how he's translating them here, it might actually be interesting if you really are into the story and lore of God of War. And I like the main story, and I kind of like where the game left off. I like where it's at, and I like the epilogue, like they described it here. I was very pleased. As a whole, I was very, very pleased with everything that happened here.
I think what was really cool, and again, I don't know anything about the original ones, is that when he finally defeats Tyr in that final battle, and Tyr's like, you're ready to open the doors behind me, and he comes face to face with the original version of himself sitting in the God of War throne.
Yeah.
Like, that was sweet, and I don't even know those games, and I was like, that's cool.
It's cool. They talk about Pandora.
Oh, yes.
Pandora's Box, if anyone's wondering.
That's a good Aerosmith song, too.
Yes, thank you. They talk about Helios will switch with Mimir. So
Helios is such a dick. It's perfect.
But you behead him in the original games and use him. And so what happens is in this one, he becomes Mimir, the head on your strap, and he'll mock you the entire time.
Every once in a while, and he'll spot you when you're in battle, but it's very condescending. And mean.
Attack now, you idiot.
Yes. You're just shield bash. He's just like so angry.
Yeah, he gets real mad at you. But so he replaces him, and it's actually kind of enjoyable to see what happens when they're going through, and Mimir describes his own Valhalla that he's in. So there's a lot of enjoyment to be had in that regard.
Yes, for
moving
sure.
through. So they have that's basically the game though. It's a nice way to round a narrative, and it gives you more God of War gameplay.
If you liked the combat, this is just more of the combat. It's
a
great.
lot of combat, and there's less overall story, but they do tell more story every time you go through Valhalla. And once you beat Tyr the first time, he'll start interjecting and asking you questions. And I really liked all of that. Mm-hmm. And especially when he's, Kratos is like, why don't you want to be the God of War on here? And Tyr gives his explanations to him.
It's also nice that it's the actual Tyr and not Odin, so you kind of get to sit with him for a little bit too,
and
which
actually
is nice.
Understand him.
Yes, yeah.
So, as a whole, highly recommend, especially if you already have it, just go download it for free and try it. If it's not for you, you tried it for free and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, how dare you download something for free?
Exactly. What do you think? What do you give this this as an add-on, I would say, what would you give this if you had to pay $20 for it, and what do you give for it for free?
If I had to pay $20 for it and watch you play it, I would give it an 8.
Okay.
But because it was free, I give it a 9.
Yeah, I was exactly the same score. It was a 9 for me. I even would have been a little lower if I had to pay, just because of how short it is.
I feel as though if you were going to pay, they would have made it a little closer to like 8 to 10 hours instead of like 5 to 6. Yeah.
Yes. I also feel... No, it's not even that. I'm just shocked that a AAA company put that kind of time in and effort to make something this big, this enjoyable for free.
And it's like a true epilogue too.
Yeah, it's
like it's awesome.
There's a lot of stuff it's a lot of content in there, and there's a lot of replayability. Even after you beat it, there's a ton of replayability, and they even say that, hey, you beat you've mastered Valhalla, but there's more of Kratos' story to explore. The more you play through, the more you'll learn. I'm sure you'd hit a limit of it after a while where the story ends and you're just playing for your own self-gratification.
Yeah, we just did the main story.
But we just did the main story, so you have to beat it, I think, four or five times.
Okay.
To get the whole story, I think. I think it's 3 runs to beat 3 tier battles, but you have to at least go in once. No, and then you get rejected once with Helios at the fire portion.
Oh, okay.
When Mimir's head ends up in the cage.
Yes, yeah.
No, so then there's one time where you're in there and then you get burned and then you get booted out.
So it's 5 runs.
I think it's 5 or 6 runs you have to do to fully beat it, as long as you beat tier at the end. Otherwise, if you don't beat tier, I think that you don't progress.
Yeah, then you just stay on that same path.
You keep your stats and go through that way.
Yeah.
It's awesome, guys.
Yeah, it's really good, especially for free, especially if you already bought the game. Just go download it.
Go download it. You're playing Nobody.
Nobody Saves the World, yes.
And I'm going to start Jedi sooner than later.
You want to do it tonight or you want to do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because if I get called out in the middle of starting it, it's just going to be pointless, I feel.
Fair enough.
I'm on call this evening, everybody. Sorry.
It's going to post tomorrow morning, so you'll already be done.
I'll already be done working by that point in time. But try it out. Enjoy it. I'm going to try to get through Jedi before Final Fantasy comes out at the end of February. It's the 29th, I think.
Yes, you'll have
30 days.
30 days.
It won't be quite 30 days, but I will put the time in to try to beat it. You'll have to keep me on track.
Yes, I will. I'll poke you.
I deserve a good poking.
Yeah.
And then, when we can just replay Alan Wake a lot.
We have a problem.
I
bought you a Coffee World sign, and I bought it for Valentine's Day. It's obviously not Valentine's Day, and I left it for you on the table, and I said this is very much a Homer buys Marge a bowling ball with his name on it kind of present, because I'm going to put it next to my coffee machine.
Mm-hmm. I got her the Old Gods of Asgard album on vinyl, and it comes out
sometime in February?
Like February 16th. So it'll be after Valentine's Day, but
cool.
that's on its way.
So we have a serious problem.
Yes, it's a great problem to have.
It's a wonderful problem.
So everyone who needs to play a 10 out of 10 game, get Alan Wake 2. If you need something for free, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla.
Yes. If you haven't already bought the game, otherwise you got to buy the game.
But then you get
then you get the DLC for free.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Bye.